All right, welcome back to Advice Pod. My name is Kyle. This is Raysean. This is Jackson White.
Yo, what's good?
What's up?
And today we have got a would you rather, a rather topical would you rather, if you follow politics, as Jackson and I do. It says, would you rather a sinking boat electrocution or getting eaten by a shark 10 yards away? I have a hypothetical question. All right, so imagine that you were on a boat with a massive battery and it begins to sink. The battery goes down and the water goes on top as the boat sinks. Therefore, staying on the boat would cause electrocution. There is a shark 10 yards away, and you can stop yourself from being electrocuted by jumping by the shark off of the boat. What do you choose? Jackson, you got the best Trump impression, so
I agree with Donald Trump in this situation. I'd rather, if I had to choose, I would rather be shocked, high voltage, increasing the velocity and all that shit because of the water, water and electricity and all that. I probably would die pretty fast versus getting torn up by sharks, which could take their time with me potentially. They could just start with the toes and just, fuck around with me, mess with my mind. You know what I'm saying?
They probably take a whole leg. I don't know if they small with these toes.
The toes, the foot, they could do it however they wanted. They could take like from the knee down, then they could chop off like my forearm, and I'm still floating. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still in agonizing pain versus just a shock to the system. Just maybe stop my heart right away or something like that. So I think Trump's thinking is sound in this situation.
see, I'll say in terms of making the choice, it's sound because yes, you want to go out right away. I'm not trying to get eaten by sharks. Imagine if they just like eat one of my legs. I'm not into that, but we don't actually know this to be the case as to how these boats in question work in real life. I just want to toss that out there. Maybe it is how they work. I don't
Probably
believe
wouldn't happen though.
that it is, based off of the dude who is trying to explain to me how it works. And he can't really explain to me how it works without being like, the water, it goes on tap and there's a shark 10 yards away. Like, I don't think he's the most reliable person to explain how this would work. But if in this scenario it is exactly how it's described, I am 100,000% dying like that, like a light switch. Boom, dunzo. I'm crispy fried, and then the sharks can still eat me. Honestly,
right, exactly.
If anything, I'm just
ecosystem.
Yeah, I'm foregoing my own personal suffering and misery. Because that's the other thing too. Even if these motherfucking sharks don't eat me, okay? Because that's like, oh, you have a chance of survival. Maybe they won't bite you. They're gonna fucking bite you. But let's say they don't. I'm still out in the middle of the goddamn ocean. What the fuck else am I gonna do? I'm gonna die of exhaustion. I'm gonna drown. I'm gonna get a heat stroke and fucking pass out and die in some saltwater inhalation shit. And then the sharks will eat me? No, just give it to me straight, dog. All my own accord, light switch shit. Pikachu, I choose you. Fuck that shark.
That's actually good insight because no matter how you think about it, you're probably going to get eaten.
Yeah, I'm dead either way, man. Back to the fucking earth from whence I came. Whence? Pete Wentz?
Well, I feel like you can't call yourself a human without going the route, at least fighting, giving yourself a fighting chance. So I'm going to have to go the route of the sharks, most likely. And I feel like if you are smart enough and think about the water, you can position yourself where if the sharks get close enough, they going to have to get zapped too. So it's like, who can handle it the most type shit.
Probably them.
Maybe type shit, but I'm at least
like
gonna
this
try to
thinking
fight.
though.
I'm just because in my mindset, I'm already in a fuck you God situation. Like you gonna really put me in a situation where it's like I'm gonna either fucking get zapped to death or I'm gonna have to fucking fight these sharks. And in my mindset, that's something on my bucket list. I might as well cross it off on my way to heaven type shit.
Fighting a shark?
Fighting sharks and bears.
I dig that. I dig that.
At the same
And you
time or
gonna keep your
separately?
pride intact too.
Well,
Keep your
separately, I
pride
can
intact.
that would be a whole
What if
hell
it
of a
was?
situation.
What if it was a bear riding the shark, dude? Are you jumping at the bear riding the shark? Obviously, that's double bucket list items all at once. Yeah, you have
Now,
to.
I think what fun would be is somehow you beat the shark, make it to land. Now you got to fight the bear. Like, you'd be like, what the fuck, guy? You just tell me you want to kill me. Like, what the fuck? Like, Jesus.
I like how you said I'm in a fuck you God situation. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say it like that, and I love that. I found myself in a fuck you God situation last Sunday.
Were
Lucky
you
to
at
be
church?
here. Yeah, that's exactly where I was.
What a week.
Oh man, I was just lying. But no, I do dig that though. I like
Well, at least it wasn't $100,000 worth of a
right.
lie.
At least it wasn't a $100,000 lie. I was telling a story to try to make the people laugh, which is an acceptable lie.
Yeah.
You know, it's an acceptable lie. But Raysean with the y'all go right, I go left opinion that I actually dig. I like it. I like it. Go out swinging. You know
What
what I'm
if
saying?
you jump off the boat at the shark? You try to jump onto the shark, hang onto its fin, and you ride it back to the shore.
To
Would
be
have to
honest,
control
that's way more than I believe I would have been able to do. So, I mean, if
it.
I was able to accomplish all that, that's just amazing to me. Like, I would be fucking like, I told you motherfuckers, if I ever had this situation come, I'll wrestle this motherfucker down. And, you know, everybody's
Right,
like,
shit.
you would die.
And
No, I
ride it.
didn't, motherfucker. What you mean? Like, Jesus. But nah,
Hey, but if
I
you
probably would.
grabbed it by the fins, it could just like, all right, I'm finna just swim down.
It could do that.
I'm
You know
just
what
gonna
I
swim
mean?
down until you let me go. You know,
I
that's
would be
why I
like,
don't
I
fuck with the
punched that
ocean,
motherfucker
man.
in the throat and it just had to come up type shit. Like,
We're
oh
just
man.
not built to be in the ocean
Hit him with the
at all.
Nah.
yeah, I mean, you couldn't even imagine what was down there type shit. There'd be some shit that had you wishing you never went down that bitch.
Yeah, nah, fuck all that
You'd
shit.
be like,
Fuck
what the
all of that shit,
fuck
man.
is that?
Yeah, I saw one the other day that was like, would you rather be able to breathe underwater or breathe in outer space? And it's outer space every single time for me. There is all sorts of scary shit down in the water, man. I am
But
good.
where you gonna go in outer space?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just go up there, look at some stuff. I can breathe. It's cool.
I mean,
It's
you
that
don't
shit
have to
I can
go
breathe.
deep into the water. You know what I mean? You don't have to go deep in the water. You could just stay like on the top shit. That you might that's the nice part. You might see some good shit up there. It's when you go too deep. That's when you fuck around, might find some shit. You be like,
Hey, you know what's interesting
is that
about
a
the deep ocean?
goldfish? Like, oh hell
I
no.
learned that giant squid are extremely numerous, like hundreds of millions numerous, which makes sense in terms of how many fish there really are. But like they've done studies based on like how many giant squid beaks were in sperm whale stomachs and stuff like that. Like they kind of track their eating patterns, and based on the numbers they got, there have to be like an unbelievable amount of
Down there?
giant squids
Oh,
way down there. So it's like you're right. You feel me? Like it's just a whole nother world
there's krakens
of.
down there, motherfucker.
He said it's dragon, right? Sea dragons, sea
It's
snakes, leviathans. What they rest the
you know,
leviathans.
what's them fish that got the little light on them and shit? It's all crazy. Oh man.
Yeah,
You don't
but
want to go down there.
I would pick breathing underwater than space. Personally,
That's what I'm saying. Space too dark. I mean, you might as well just turn your light off and go in the closet. That's what I'm.
Where you gonna go? I would have to also have like teleportation powers. Otherwise, shit's just like
I'll just take the
coolest place I
teleportation
could
powers.
go.
fuck the water in the fucking space. I don't need to touch it.
Because if you can
For the
breathe in
teleportation.
motherfucker. Because if you can breathe in space, like how the fuck you get up there every time? You could just like sit down and like stare up at the sky and be like,
You probably just
man,
gonna take one trip.
I could breathe up there if I could get up there. I swear to God, everyone thinks you're fucking crazy.
And just like float and tumble in orbit and stuff like that.
Then you an alien. You ain't making it back to space. You ain't making it
Dude,
back down
I mean,
to
to
Earth.
tie the two ideas together, I think giant squids are aliens and that they're just sitting down there plotting, waiting. We're going to slip up one day and they're just going to be like, and you're all dead.
Start climbing up on the land and have arms and legs. Oh, I'll be screaming. I'll be ready to go.
Cthulhu down there. That's really who down at the bottom of the ocean.
I'll be like, I'll be praying to God. Is this the rapture? Why haven't I been chosen yet?
If a bunch of giant squid just started walking onto the land to overtake us, I would hope that the rapture would happen just so that way I could get away from the squids because they're so scary looking.
No, you'll hate for it to happen and you turn and you looking around and you ain't been got picked. You're like, hold up. What the fuck going on?
You're like, dear Jesus, sorry about all the shit I talked about you over the years.
Oh, now you want to apologize when the motherfucker in your face.
I've always been real cool with Jesus. It's the Catholic Church that I've got all my beef with. They're the worst. Jesus was great.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. I might have a little beef with that. I'd be like, you let all them niggas get in there and I can't get in on the curve?
No, you know what we got to do if that shit happened? You remember from The Mummy? How dude had every single religious chain, and he was just like, "That's really what we got to do, dude. Because you got every religious chain. Like one of you motherfuckers beat me up, goddamn." He's just like, hell yeah.
That's a
one
good
of you
idea.
motherfuckers.
I believed in all you motherfuckers with the same amount. What you mean?
He was a genius, and it worked for him too.
It'd be surprised if you really did get in from like another religion, and now you over there talking shit about your real religion. You'd be like, "Fuck Jesus." That's like over here all this bullshit and worship.
I always knew that was a bunch of BS.
Damn.
Hell nah.
We've diverted very far from electric boats sinking and sharks, but I'm glad we got that.
Kind of all in the same sphere.
Yeah, because if I'm fighting a shark, I'm like basically 2 seconds away from fighting a giant squid, and if I'm fighting a giant squid, obviously it's because the apocalypse and the end of the world is on the line.
And some outer space.
Hell yeah, we're going to space, bitch, and I'm going to be able to breathe. Make sure you rate and subscribe.
You don't get raptured. You got to go somewhere.
I would hope to get raptured if the octopi showed up. Rate and subscribe to the show if you haven't done that already. Like the video. We'll see you tomorrow for some more advice. Wherein we'll be doing a little bit of celebrity hating, which I love to do, and I thought long and hard about it today, and I know exactly who I'm going to take a shit on tomorrow, and that dude ain't ready for it. So, leave your comments down below, and we'll see you for more advice.
And don't be a butt cheek. Boom.
Long dramatic pauses.
Yo, heaven actually sounds like some bullshit. You just sit around and worship God all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You a vain motherfucker.
Hey man, heaven is what you make it.
I just want to let them know sometimes you're just not a good guy. You know what I mean? He got mad. What you mean?
Like sometimes the shit you say I don't agree with, like fuck you mean. And that started all of this bullshit.